present. All of our court members are present, and all legal notices have been duly posted, and the court is duly called. Is there a motion to open court? So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Vote will please open court.
All rise. Dallas County Commissioners Court is now in session for the month of April 2014 term with Honorable Judge Jenkins presiding. Please remain standing for invocation.
And our invocation today will be given by Lieutenant Commander Mark Tews, the U.S. Navy chaplain. He was a self-described military brat growing up. Navy chaplain Lieutenant Commander Tews knew that he wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps and serve his country, but he also felt the calling to be a minister. Lieutenant Commander Tews received his bachelor's degree from Concordia Lutheran College of Austin in June of 1982 and earned his Master's of Divinity from Concordia Lutheran Seminary in St. Louis, Missouri. He's ordained at St. John Lutheran Church in Dumas, Texas. The Alvin, Texas native went on to receive his commission, Lieutenant Junior grade, in June 1996, and then reported to Navy Chaplain School in Newport, Rhode Island, the following month. He's been stationed in Okinawa, Japan, Norfolk, Virginia, Galveston, Texas, Manama, Bahrain, Kingsville, Texas, and the British Indian Ocean Territory, and Jacksonville, North Carolina. He also was deployed in the Persian Gulf in support of Operation Enduring Freedom in 2001 and deployed to the Afghanistan Helmand province in 2011. His current post is at the Naval Air Station, Fort Worth Joint Reserve Base. His medals and ribbons include, among others, Meritorious Service Medal 4, Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medals, U.S. Coast Guard Commendation Medal, Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal, U.S. Coast Guard Meritorious Team Award, National Defense Medal, Global War on Terrorism Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service Medal, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, Armed Forces Deployment Medal, the Battle EC Service Deployment Ribbon with Silver Star, and the Overseas Service Ribbon. He's married to his wife, Kathleen Sue Reinhardt, and they are proud parents of two sons, Alex and Zachary.
Let us pray. Lord of heaven and earth, we pause here this morning before the business of this Commissioner's Court to allow a moment of space and stillness in your presence. As we reflect upon our community's dual themes of focus and honor this week, our children and our Navy, we ask your blessings upon them. We are so proud of all our men and women who serve in our armed forces, upholding and protecting the freedom we enjoy as a nation. Today, we especially acknowledge and lift up before you our United States Navy. We hold in our hearts, with the warm embrace of Texas hospitality, all those stationed here in our community, and pray that you would grant them and all their shipmates, wherever they serve around the globe, fair winds and following seas. Finally, may all who serve this court, city, county, state, and nation, from clerks to mayors, assemblymen to governors, seamen to admirals, teachers to administrators, patrolmen to chiefs, and many more too numerous to name, know and take to heart the tremendous responsibility that is ours in securing the future for our children. Lead, guide, and direct us, Lord, that all our efforts here today and always serve to provide them a safe and prosperous community wherein they can live, play, learn, and grow to realize all the dreams they dream today. For these are the dreams which will shape all our tomorrows. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
And Chaplain, while you're there, if the men will come forward, we'll read the resolution for Navy Week.
Judge, if you'll allow me, under Robert's Rules of Order, if you'll allow me a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
We got a posted agenda.
All right.
Move to suspend the rules.
All right. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. And we will. All right. And today we have with us my old friend and our Assistant Secretary of the Navy, Juan Garcia. Juan's been a leader all of his life. He's a second-generation Navy aviator. He gave his commencement address at UCLA. His class asked him to do that. He went on to Harvard. As I reminded him, Harvard didn't go to the BCS Bowl this year, but Baylor did, to get his law degree. And Then he went on to get his wings and serve as a naval aviator, defending our country in the Persian Gulf and leading his men. He was a White House fellow. He was a private lawyer, a member of the Texas legislature, and currently serves as the Assistant Secretary of the Navy over manpower and recruitment. And I've got a resolution today to read for the Navy, because this is Navy Week here in Dallas, and after I read the resolution, I would bet that the Secretary may have a few words for us. And the resolution reads as follows. Whereas the United States Navy protects and defends America and is deployed around the world and around the clock, and whereas the Navy Office of Community Outreach plans activities across the country to inform, educate, and increase American understanding of the Navy, with the ultimate goal of bringing the Navy closer to the people it protects. Whereas in 2005, the Office of Community Outreach began planning Navy Weeks, which are held in cities throughout the country that do not enjoy a Navy presence. And we enjoy a Navy presence, but not an ocean. To date, there have been 148 large-scale Navy Weeks held in 62 cities throughout the United States. And whereas Navy Week is designed to give the public an up-close look at the men and women of the U.S. Navy serving throughout the world and the importance of naval service through 75 to 100 planned outreach events with government, education, business, veterans, media, and community groups. And whereas Dallas-Fort Worth was selected as one of 6 regions in the United States to host a Navy Week in 2014, and now, therefore, be it resolved that the Dallas County Commissioners Court does hereby recognize April 21st through 27th, 2014 as Navy Week in Dallas County, and greatly appreciates the United States Navy's readiness to defend America at all times, and I so move.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Secretary?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners. We're honored to be here as part of Navy Week. Clay, my friend, it's great to see you elected to this important leadership position. The Metroplex has a long history of naval connection. Back in World War II, we trained all our aviators right here at Love Field. That tradition continues today. The Joint Reserve Base is a critical reserve hub across our fleet. We're building our state-of-the-art fighter jet right here at the Joint Strike Fighter at Lockheed Martin. And in 2012, we commissioned a state-of-the-art littoral combat ship. We call it the USS Fort Worth. It's a long, proud tradition, and we're great to be here this week. We hope the citizens and residents, when their schedules permit, will come out and see the stunning flight demonstration team, the Blue Angels, out at the base Saturday and Sunday. You'll see Navy SEALs, special operators, we call them the leapfrogs, parachuting into baseball games and the high school fields all week. Navy bands will perform. Most importantly, our most vital and most decisive weapon of all, our sailors. Young men and women, many from here in North Texas, will be out and about the community, in schools, in hospitals, taking part in Habitat for Humanity projects, sharing the word about what their experience has been, what they've gained from their service, the opportunities they've had, and ensuring that at a time when 70% of the world is covered in water, 80% of the world's population lives within the immediate vicinity of the coastline, and 90% of all trade internationally arrives via sea, your Navy has never been more vital in protecting our liberties and ensuring the free flow of goods that are so important to our economic well-being. It's great to be here in Dallas County. Thanks for your service. Thanks for having us. We'll see you in the fleet. We'll see you around town this week.
I'll catch up with y'all soon. And also, in the spirit of bipartisanship, Nelson Burrito. I just want to say hello to our friend Nelson Burrito, who made the trip as well. So,
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.
all right, on our next resolution,
American Jail Association.
is from Commissioner Cross.
Will the Sheriff's Department delegation come forward with the American Jail Association? It's pretty short and to the point. And I think it's appropriate. Chief Lindsay, I want you to understand, Chief Lindsay, as the court knows, is retiring. Had a retirement on yesterday. I really wasn't trying to avoid it. We came to civil service at 9:15, and it was 4:30 when we departed, and we didn't take all of the matter is up, so.
Well, I'm protesting, so.
I think the good one to do is you.
You're too young to retire.
Well, I'm going back to work. I'm going as a chief over at Dallas County.
Well, we know, but I mean,
And I think Commissioner Cannon will sponsor a resolution next week.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll still
Okay.
be here through next week. They just had to do it because the sheriff.
Thought you were already gone.
No, thinking wishful thinking.
thank you for clarifying the
Okay, no problem. The American Jail Association was founded in 1981 as a result of a merger with the National Jail Managers Association, held its first annual training conference in Concord, California, with 50 attendees and 6 exhibitors. And whereas the American Jail Association is a national nonprofit organization that supports professionals who are responsible for jail operations and whose focus is on issues specific and germane to the operation of local correctional facilities. And whereas the American Jail Association has its mission to provide extensive training to jail professionals throughout the nation, which facilitate career advancement, professional networking, and improved coordination of jail systems. And whereas the 33rd Annual Jail Conference and Jail Expo will be hosted by the Dallas County Sheriff's Department, which is the 7th largest jail in the United States, and we expect more than 2,000 attendees. Therefore, be it resolved that the Dallas County Commissioners Court does hereby, and with great pride, extend a warm welcome to the leadership and the members of the American Jail Association as they convene in Dallas County on April 26th through the 30th, 2014, and be it further resolved that the time spent by the American Jail Association in Dallas County is roundly beneficial to its membership, to the respective taxpayers that they serve, and in the cause of public safety, and I so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, Commissioner, for sponsoring it. I think that speaks well of the Dallas area and also the department. The sheriff and I began this journey about 5 years ago when we met with the American Jail Association to host this conference. And really like to take the liberty of the court to introduce the people who actually do the work. I think a lot of times, we forget the people that actually do the work. We got the conference in, but the people behind me are the ones that actually did all the work and put the conference together. And it is a monumental thing when the amount of people that come in for this conference. There are thousands of people that come in from all over the country. And I think it's going to make Dallas proud, and also the commissioners proud of the Sheriff's Department. I'd like to introduce the actual workers.
Sergeant Boyd. DSO Shawanda Morgan.
Sergeant Driver.
DSO James West.
DSO Robinette.
SRT Chisley. Captain Sanders was actually heading that up, and she's with the sheriff right now on the annual retreat. On behalf of the sheriff, thank you for that resolution there, and also for recognizing the American Jail Association.
I got excited. I thought you said resi.
I did, so that's what's on my mind right now.
That's all right. Freudian slip. That's okay. You got it.
Still love it.
Thank you all.
You bet. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we have 2 more resolutions from Commissioner Garcia.
Thank you, Judge, colleagues, members of the audience. It's my pleasure to read a resolution this morning for Mr. Alfredo Tamez. And I'm going to ask him to come forward, with his delegation. Everybody that is here with him, they can come and, and stand behind him. Thank you, Mr. Tamez. You didn't tell me you have so many people in your delegation. Well, thank you and good morning. The resolution reads as follows. Whereas the Dallas County Commissioners Court takes a special notice when an individual has given long and faithful service to Dallas County. And whereas Alfredo Tamez has served Dallas County continuously and diligently for 25 years. He was born in Monterrey, Mexico, and graduated from the Universidad de Nuevo León in his hometown with his Bachelor's of Science in Biology in 1972 and his Doctor of Medicine in 1983, and obtained his Licensed Baccalaureate of Social Work in May 28, 1993. And whereas Alfredo began his professional career in 1983 as an instructor for the Texas College of Medical Assistants, then began working at Child Protective Services in 1985, where he spent 4 years helping families in crisis. And whereas Alfredo began his Dallas County career on April 3rd, 1989 in the Dallas County Domestic Relations Office, Family Court Service Division as a family court counselor, and where he completed over 2,000 social studies and adoptions. And whereas Alfredo is known to many in the courthouse as the face of family court services, not only due to his long tenure, but his ever willingness to cover the front desk and help during weekly orientations, signing of clients. It is quite possible that Alfredo has assisted well over 25,000 people during his time as family court counselor and has yet to meet a stranger. And whereas Alfredo has been married to Margaret Bushino for 22 years, and they have 2 wonderful children, Bianca and Paolo Tames Bushino, of which they are both very proud. Bianca will graduate from the University of Chicago this June, as will Paolo from Booker T. Washington High School. Paolo has also recently been awarded the rank of Eagle Scout from the Boy Scouts of America. And whereas Alfredo has a passion for coffee, classical music, coffee, opera, coffee, chess, and anything he can debate with his co-workers as long as he wins, and joking with them on regular basis, and of course, more coffee. So now, therefore, be resolved that the Dallas County Commissioners Court does hereby recognize and extend sincere appreciation to Alfredo Tames for his 25 years of faithful service, and further express its gratitude for his continued support and service to the families of Dallas County. And I so proudly move.
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Mr. Tames.
I can only say that it's been an honor serving the citizens of Dallas County, providing the assistance that I have to a great county that has always been, in my opinion, run much better than other counties that I have been familiar with in the United States. The citizenry of Dallas County, I believe, are proud to be members of a county that has always served them with honesty and integrity. And I have been honored to serve the courts, the families, and the children of Dallas County.
Thank you, Mr. Tames. We really
Just the
appreciate it.
fact that you're an employee and you recognize good governance tells me a lot about you, as opposed to political. One of the things, and it's really difficult, and I know you really understand that, say that we're a well-run county. That means that it's about governance at the end of the day. And so apparently your work speaks for that in your department. So thank all of you for being here and supporting me.
And thank you all for being here. And Mr. Tames, I know it's early, but I know you will like your coffee. So we didn't want you to miss it. Congratulations.
Better be dark.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you for all you do, all of you. Thank you.
Our next resolution, Judge, is for Immunization Week, and I am going to ask Mr. Zachary Thompson and all the staff that is here with him today to move forward. And the resolution reads as follows. Whereas vaccines are among the 21st century most successful and cost-effective public health tools available for preventing disease and death, proper immunizations for toddlers and infants are vital to their long-term health. And whereas immunizations are one of the most important ways parents can protect their children against disease, as they require a series of vaccinations, starting at birth, to be fully protected against 14 potentially serious diseases. And whereas the National Immunization Survey is a national survey conducted annually by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, to assess immunization levels among preschool children, 19 to 35 months old. According to the CDC National Immunization Service, Dallas County immunization rates coverage for 3 or more doses of rotavirus vaccine increased 9.3%, from 62.7 in 2011 to 72% in 2012. Coverage rates for 3 or more of any poliovirus vaccines increased 4.4%, from 87.5 in 2011 to 91.9 in 2012. The coverage rate for the full series of HIV, and this means Haemophilus influenza vaccine, increased 2.0 percentage points from 78.1 in 2011 to 80.1 in 2012. All the coverage for the vaccine series that included the influenza series increased 1.7%, from 68.1 in 2011 to 69.8 in 2012. These rates indicate an increase in vaccine coverage overall. Dallas County Health and Human Services attributes this increase in immunization rates to the community-wide support of the medical providers, daycare operators, and school districts in Dallas County. And Dallas County Health and Human Services strategies for improving immunization rates in Dallas County include promoting the effective use of the in-track immunization registry, promoting the concept of the medical home by recruiting more providers into the Vaccines for Children's program, promoting the Petrusis campaign, which includes distributing immunization materials in English and Spanish, and remaining committed to the goal of providing barrier-free immunizations for the residents of Dallas County. And whereas National Infant Immunization Week, April 26th to May the 3rd, 2014, focuses local and national attention on the importance of timely immunization for infants and toddlers 2-year-old and younger, and serves to call parents, caregivers, and healthcare providers to participate in all activities that increase awareness of immunizing children. Now, therefore, be resolved that the Dallas County Commissioners Court commends the Dallas County Health and Human Services Immunization Program for their contribution to increase immunization rates, and thus hereby proclaim the week of April 26th to May 3rd as the National Infant Immunization Week in Dallas County, and encourage businesses, government agencies, national organizations, community-based organizations, and service groups to spread the immunization message to their community. And I so move.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it unanimously.
And on behalf of the Public Health Advisor, we appreciate those numbers to show that it is working.
It's working.
Well, Judge and Commissioners, I want to commend the staff who are behind me, who really take the lead. You're all familiar with our top doc, Dr. Perkins, Tamara, who is our assistant director, Barbara, who is our nurse supervisor, Jerry, who is our VFC supervisor, Kathy, who is our RN, and Eloyd, who is our clerk, and of course Erica, our PIO. But I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the fact that this staff, while we hear the numbers have increased, have worked day and night not only on immunization, flu campaign, any response, bioterrorism response. This is a team that works day, night, weekends, and oftentimes are not recognized for their work. And it's through the National Infant Immunization Week that we can not only recognize the great work that they're doing, but also Dallas County residents who are hearing the message about getting your children immunized. One key point, and we followed up on Commissioner Garcia's charge, is on the pertussis trends in Dallas. And as we saw here, we've seen a 55% increase in reported pertussis cases in Dallas County in 2013. The fact that we're seeing these rates increase in our Hispanic community, I have before you on your dais where we have started our campaign before anyone started a campaign, the state or anyone. They've talked about doing a campaign. Dallas County actually put a campaign on the table. We provided that information to our schools. We provided that information to our VFC providers. So we're just not talking it. We're doing it, but we've been doing it, and the numbers demonstrate that. But in that specific area of pertussis, we think that there is a missing point between the time the mother and child leaves the hospital to when they're connecting with a medical home. And so that's why our staff is taking the giant leap toward ensuring that families get that information. But again, these nurses, when, not only do you have to look at the number of people that we immunize, but the number of shots they give per child. And I think that's where the missing piece in this is that some children, as you read off, have to get multiple doses of vaccine. And that's why their license, their commitment, and their tenacity to really focus on each and every parent and child that comes in there to our clinic is very important. And so as we get ready to go back into back to school, we'll have long lines. People will wait till the last minute. But one key point on this is you're going to have long lines because everyone knows Dallas County Health and Human Services. They know they can come to our walk-in clinic, and they know the great work that our nurses, our clerks, our medical director, they provide, and that's why we have the long lines.
Thank you for your proactive stance by all of you working as a fantastic team.
Thank you to all of you. And to all the media that comes on, I do want to say that, you know, these pamphlets that the Dallas County Health and Human Services Department provides are excellent information. It's in English and Spanish and gives you a very good, to the point, why it's important to vaccinate the little ones.
Got lots of kudos.
It looks very nice.
I just appreciate the fact I can look at the pamphlet and tell the difference in the babies. Yeah, like some of these billboards around town, I can't tell. You know, y'all thinking, and I don't know why y'all don't suck it.
Sometimes you say stuff that now I have to look into, you know? And it just makes me want more.
That's a black woman. You can tell. Thank you. Yeah, but you look at some of them billboards, I can't tell. Look at that. Look at that table. Now I'm only one out of place.
Now I have all work to do.
One quick announcement, courtesy of Administrator Bazan and the 6th Museum. This week, actually tomorrow at 2 p.m., the museum will host, as part of Navy Week, the Navy's Blues City Brass Quintet. The quintet will present a 45-minute concert on our 7th floor featuring patriotic classics, Broadway hits, and popular music. The event's suitable for all ages, and the event is free to all guests. No tickets are required. Check with your supervisor, and if you'd like to attend, again, the event is free. It's tomorrow at 2 p.m., and that is from Mr. Bazan and our friends at the 6th Floor Museum. And next is the consent agenda. Well, let's consider consent agenda items 1 through 7 only. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it unanimously. Next, let's consider consent item H. Consent H8. Yeah, item H, the consent agenda, item 8, and that is the sheriff's personnel. Is there a motion on that?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
The ayes have it 4-1. We will now consider items.
Hold on. There we go.
Now consider items I, the court orders 1 through 27. Is there a motion on the court orders?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
I just,
Hearing none, we'll take a vote on the court orders. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, next we have the item J, the time-sensitive court orders. Is there a motion on the time-sensitive court orders?
So moved.
second,
All right, any discussion on the time-sensitive court orders? Hearing none, we'll take a vote on those.
it was the opposite.
I want to make a comment about one of these items is Tiger grants that are submitted to the Department of Education
What's wrong with the computer?
that our Public Works Department really keeps on top of in order to provide coordinated services to Dallas County in the way that they do public works and working with our cities and towns to do the best as far as comprehensive planning. So hats off to Ms. Alberta and her crew for watching out for all those things and watching out for our cities and towns with their planning for the coordinated trails in Dallas County.
And we have done real well. We just got Langdon accepted, and this has Bishop Art, extension of the trolley, which will will go from Methodist Hospital all the way to Bishop Arts. So this is a very good project. Thank you, Ms. Blair, to the Public Works Department, because when we're talking about connecting the dots, with Langdon all the way to North Oak Cliff, and obviously in the northern part of the city as well, these are very good projects. So,
Still an aggressive grant to try to get, so we just keep on trying to put them in there.
thank you. And that's what it's all about. Let's just keep trying. And so far, we're doing well.
Yeah, and I'll get excited when y'all get below North Oak Cliff, which is
Well, we gave a letter,
which is Kessler.
well, that's true. But we do have a letter of support for Glen Heights here, so we're
I hear
pushing
that.
that one.
I hear it. I want it to come to fruition, though.
Yes,
I
sir.
keep hearing that. But, even in the mayor and his Grow South initiative, anything, I told him the Trinity River snakes. He says, everything south of the Trinity River. Well, that means our old property, everything, all of that, Sylvan, all of that is, wow, that's south of the Trinity River. That ain't south.
And with that being said, we just keep moving forward. And that is, the important part.
Just keep in mind.
Well, Commissioner, it is important that we remind that, but it's also important that these projects have to be ready. They have a lot of requirements, a lot of qualifications, and the fact that we're competing for them means that we're ready to compete for these monies, and that's exciting for us. So,
Thank you.
All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. And this takes us to our briefing session. Mr. Martin, will you please take us through our briefing session?
Morning, Judge Commissioners. Item 1 on the budget recommends holding designated tax office grade 5 clerk position vacant for 6 months and give a one-time DDA credit to the department for the position. Item 2 recommends approval of the North Texas Auto Theft Task Force fiscal year 2015 grant application submission in the amount of $1.54 million, which includes $1.1 million in grant funding, a cash match of $320,000, and an in-kind match of $11,000. Cash match will be included as part of the fiscal year 2015 cash match budget, and Mr. Brown's putting all those together for your presentation, which will be the last week of June, correct? Correct.
Did I miss some of those metrics, Mr. Brown, in regards to?
Yeah, I talked to Captain Valentine about that a little bit. We're going to get you some detailed information.
Yeah.
Sergeant Tolbert has it, but I wanted him to put it in a slightly different format so that we could get a better feel on it. So I'll be working with him. We'll get you some info.
Okay.
Forensics item 3 recommends approval of the submission of the grant application to the Office of the Governor Criminal Justice Division for fiscal year 2015 Coverdell Forensic Sciences Program grant funds. Health and Human Services, item 4, approve the correction to the contract removing the section stating $14,339 is deleted from the categories of salaries and fringe benefits and replaced with $2,547 deleted from salaries and $11,792 is added to fringe benefits. Public Works, item 5, accept the offer from Next Lots Now LLC to purchase vacant tax foreclosure property at 626 Crestside Drive, Duncanville, Texas, and $10,240 for 628 Crestside Drive, Duncanville, Texas. Authorized sale of property by quitclaim deed, as is with all faults, and with no express or implied warranties. Item 6, recommends the court declare 9,517 square feet of land acquired in the name of Dallas County in connection with the widening and improvement of Industrial Boulevard via right-of-way deed, does not serve the public need for the purpose of transportation, communication, and travel, and is considered surplus. Quitclaim to the City of Dallas without compensation any and all property rights Dallas County may have in the property. And 3, authorize the county judge to execute the attached quitclaim conveying Dallas County's rights, title, and interest, if any, in the property to the City of Dallas, Texas. And 4, authorize a refund to the City of Dallas for the appraisal cost of $4,000.
And how does that affect Dallas County, Ms. Blair?
On this particular project, this is a consideration that we need to move forth and provide the property for the Able Sump project. And this is in connection to the project along Riverfront. So therefore, as we discussed before, this is going to basically satisfy the situation with going ahead with providing the City of Dallas what they need to complete what they need for property acquisition around Able Sump.
Thank you, Mr. Martin. Thank you, Ms. Blair.
Item 7 is similar to item 6, is 2,066 square feet of land acquired in the name of Dallas County, and that's in connection with the 1985 bond program, Forney Road project number 490-426. And as again, is authorized, Dallas, Texas, authorized refund of the appraisal cost of $2,500. That's from Fund 120.
I thought that there was still some confusion about that the last time we discussed it. Is it all satisfied now?
We are in the process of working with the City of Dallas, and especially with Union Pacific. This whole issue is concerning Union Pacific's expansion work around Forney Road.
Exactly.
So we are in the process, based on what we've acknowledged through Commissioners Court, we've started the process of working with both parties to get this thing quitclaim.
This is one of those instances where not everything is real flashy-dancy in the work that the counties or cities or local government does, but the working together with Public Works, with the DA's office, of trying to clean up old documentation on land parcels to allow us to go forward. And it wasn't always fun, and it wasn't always a real pretty, clean, straight line, but it's hats off to people working together to be able to clean up situations to allow this company to expand and to all of us to get our job done.
Well, that's fine. Problem was, if I recall, if it had been just easy enough for a quitclaim to do, then we could have done it years ago. So there were some other issues. I guess I'm asking you, are those issues now resolved?
Those issues are still on the table until we work those issues out with each and every city. These are the ones that are pending, and these are the ones that are important to resolve because of expansion and projects that are underway.
Okay.
So the first one we have on the list, of course, Able Sump, it will be pretty easy to work out with the City of Dallas. Forney may be a little more difficult, but that's why I'm saying we've started the process.
Okay.
Isn't it all those little pieces coming together, and this is one of the pieces?
Yes, this is one of the pieces, but again, we will be getting with the City of Dallas and try to get each one of these resolved. And matter of fact, we will, even the additional ones that will come forth, we will bring those to the court as well with some discussion if we have issues with the cities.
1985 bond package.
Yeah, no, I got it. I made a note from the previous briefing, and as I said, the quitclaim deed won't just resolve the matter. So she's answered the question. Okay.
Thank you.
Another court order comes through in regards to 49 South Houston, even though part of your briefing said industrial, should say / Riverfront.
Riverfront.
Right.
Yeah, what part of the-
I think it was industrial when it started, you're right.
That's right. I got it. I'm just talking about housekeeping in terms of conveyance.
Right.
We keep talking about conveyance.
And that
Okay.
is well point. Could have been a choice, but no.
That's it.
Purchasing item 8, authorize the second 12-month extension of the bid for the annual contract for rechargeable batteries as awarded to TKC Enterprises and Power Products for the period of May 14, 2014 through to May 2015. Item 9, authorize the final 12-month extension for the bid for the annual contract with Chevrolet and General Motors dealerships to provide equipment, manufactured parts, and repair services as awarded to AutoNation Chevrolet Galleria. Item 10,
And then you're comfortable now with all of it?
Yes, sir. And then issues with ASC.
Okay, and you know, and I want to commend you. We threw a lot back at you, and you culled it out and brought it back. So, okay, got it. Thank you.
Item 10, authorize a temporary extension of the bid for the annual contract for pest control services as awarded to Protect Service, Inc. Item 11, approve the 4 highest-ranked firms, Globaltel Link, IC Solutions, Securus Technologies, and Telmate LLC, to move forward with Step 2 on the RFP 2014-017-6399 for inmate phone video visitation service providers based on the recommendation of the Evaluation Committee.
And I want to thank staff. We've been talking about this for 4, 5, 6 years. And there's nothing that will impact the bottom line of the budget like this inmate video visitation. And so I just want to thank staff. You vetted a lot of stuff. You've had to call through a lot of stuff. I really appreciate the fact that, that this looks like it's on the table. So thank you.
And these vendors, these are people who have handled jobs the size of ours before, and we hadn't made a determination on how to pay them yet, just, oh, gotcha, great.
Say, the court has not made that.
Yeah, court hasn't made that determination, but let me just tell you, with regards to this, we ain't got no problem showing you how to pay for it. I guarantee you, we will be able to show you easily how to pay for it.
And we also want to make sure, or the court, in conjunction with the sheriff, will need to have a conversation about how to, what video visitation will look like. But that is not where we are at this point.
Right.
At this point, we are, these are the firms that offer the best overall solution.
The 4 top firms.
Right forward.
Let's move.
Yeah. Okay.
Item 12, authorize a modification of the contract on the bid for the elevator and escalator modernization to include the attached change orders with Otis Elevator in a total amount of $600,000 from existing project funds.
And how are the elevators project going?
Oh, they're going excellent. Where is he? I'm looking for him. Oh, you hiding? Where are you? Mr. Clark. No, he really, given what he's had to work, it is really going great. He has done miraculous, marvelous work, even in the response time on the weekends when we get those calls from the sheriff's department, the elevator's down, they got a 2-hour notice of responding and managing it all, other than, 1 or 2 people who needed some keys over there. But other than that,
I mean, are they working? I know that old buildings and our elevators have a lot of challenges. That some of them didn't even have replacement parts, and you'll have to do, like Commissioner Price say, pretty much refurbish a lot of these elevators. My question is, what's the guarantee? I know they're heavily used, but I know the Health and Human Services Department, all the time, they're busy, right, Mr. Thompson? And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't, and I just want to hear it.
We haven't been without problems, but we've been able to resolve any of the issues that come up. This is
pull that mic up, Mr. Clark. Pull it up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we've got a very aggressive program. We do watch these folks, and everything is going really well.
It really is.
We've had some deals with the Sheriff North Tower, which we're actually in now. We've got equipment up on the roof. They're working on it. We've got elevators at Frank Crowley that we're working on currently. We've finished the administration building, Health and Human Services. We're moving forward, and I'm surprised that we're going as well as we can.
Yeah,
it's a massive project.
It really is.
With all of the elevators and escalators in these buildings, and he's one man, my only staff working on this project, so and managing all the moving pieces. So.
And the main moving piece is the people.
Right.
because you take an elevator down, we get bombarded. And the
All the
fact
time.
of the matter is, we've published schedules, we've said when they've been systemically and strategically planned. He's done an excellent job, and we continue to get reports each and every regard of what's going on with those elevators, as he said, even to the point of making sure that the product gets on the roof.
Right.
And the whole staging, just the logistics, and then North Tower.
And when you do get complaints, because some of the court members, you will get complaints, and you have gotten complaints in the past, if you would forward those to us. Mr. Clark has met with all of the user groups, all of the judges, all of the coordinators, everybody, and some of them may have missed the meeting that he's been at, so he will go back and meet with them again, and I make sure he documents every meeting he has with them. So if you get those complaints, just make sure you shoot them to us so we can address them immediately with folks.
Just want to
Still
say-
fun.
It's still fun, right? Okay.
But Commissioner Garcia, to your point, I think what we would be looking at as this project winds down is engaging our consultants to see what the next modernization project
Right.
would be. But we have our, but we've got to get through this one here.
Was it $7 million?
in the fall.
Yes, it's $7
$2
million.
million.
$7.2 million.
It is, yeah.
And it will be the next step of which are the next elevators that are on the list that need to be addressed in the plan.
We're generating that list now.
So, Mr. Clark, your job's still going.
This cycle should
That's a
end,
hard time.
I think, 2015. We should be complete with all the modernization. I think it involves 22 elevators and escalators. It's really nice to go to the Crowley Courts building and see all the escalators were all. It's unusual.
Okay. And
We're doing good.
HSA?
I have every confidence in our contractor. We meet regularly. I do scold them every once in a while. It's results.
Great job, Mr. Clark.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the update. Thank you, Ms. Brown. Mr. Mark.
Item 1314, authorize Dallas County Tax Assessor Collector to enter into updated contract for tax collection services with the cities of Hutchins and Lancaster ISD. Item 15, Treasurer, approve the automated teller machine license use agreement with the Bank of America, N.A. And Judge, if there are no questions for the miscellaneous or information, that concludes your briefing agenda, and you have no speakers listed today.
All right. Mr. Wells? Oh, I'm sorry.
He's not here.
Oh, he's not here? Oh, I'm sorry.
We're now recessed for its closed session is authorized by Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code as previously posted. Any action as a result of the closed session will take place in a subsequent open session. We'll begin our closed session in approximately a minute.
He's black, and he's number 2.
let me know when.
All set? No further action necessary. Court stands adjourned.